Welcome back to this machine learning class. Right. So, yesterday we talked about brute force map learning algorithm. Brute force map learning algorithm. So, it is not a very complicated algorithm. Where is my stylus? Yeah. It is not very complicated algorithm. So, what we from the Bayes theorem, the probability of the hypothesis given the data the probability of hypothesis given the data is equal to the probability of the prior probability of H into the probability of the data given H, which is consistent data, and the probability of data. So, and in this formula, the prior probability of a hypothesis. What is this prior probability of hypothesis? The probability when the data is not at all checked or seen. So, if you have a set of hypotheses where H belongs to capital H, where H is the space of hypothesis, then the magnitude of the H represents the number of hypotheses. Suppose you have two hypotheses, the probability of each hypothesis, prior probability, is 1 by 2. If it is 6, for example, dice, each hypothesis is 1 by 6. In case of coin, the prior probability of each case is 1 by 2. In the same way, the probability of a hypothesis is given by 1 by the magnitude of the set of hypotheses. And the probability of the data consistent with hypothesis. Probability of data consistent with hypothesis, which is called likelihood. This we call as prior probability. And this we call as likelihood. Data consistent with the hypothesis. Here, hypothesis consistent with all the data. This is the data consistent with a particular hypothesis. This is equal to 1 when equal to 1 when the data is consistent when the data is consistent and equal to 0 when the data is not consistent. If the data is not consistent. Right? And what is the probability of D? The probability of data is the set of consistent hypothesis, which is called version space, by the magnitude of all the hypotheses. The magnitude of all the hypotheses. So, what is this version space? What is version space? Consistent hypothesis space. So, version space, we have studied it in candidate elimination algorithm. You can go back there and you can read what is version space. Consistent hypothesis. So now substituting all these terms there, first of all, if the data is not consistent, for the data not consistent with H, what is the formula? Probability of the hypothesis given the data is the probability of H is 1 by the magnitude of H, capital H, into the probability of data given the hypothesis is 0 if the data is inconsistent, and the probability of data, that is V version space, the magnitude by the capital H magnitude. So it's all related to, because it is into 0, it becomes 0 for the data not consistent with H. Now secondly, for the data which is consistent, with hypothesis, which with hypothesis, what is the resultant probability? Probability of hypothesis given the data is equal to probability of hypothesis, that is 1 by magnitude of H, into the probability of data given H for consistent hypothesis is 1 into 1 by the probability of data is magnitude of version space by total set of hypothesis. So the magnitude, here magnitude means almost number of hypothesis, number of consistent hypothesis. So HD by magnitude of H. So H gets cancelled. So the resultant is, for the consistent data, is 1 by version magnitude of version space. So the brute force map learning algorithm, brute force map learning algorithm brute force map. What is map? What is map? Maximum a posteriori hypothesis. Maximum a posteriori hypothesis. So algorithm can be represented as the probability of the hypothesis given the data is equal to 1 by version space, 1 by the magnitude of version space if for the consistent data and equal to 0 for the inconsistent data. For example, take the dice example. Dice example. How many hypotheses are there in dice? How many hypotheses are there? Dice ante enni పడొచ్చు పిల్లలు?
6 sir.
Yeah, 6 hypotheses are there కదా. సో ఒకవైపు 1 ఉండొచ్చు, ఒకవైపు 2 ఉండొచ్చు, 3 ఉండొచ్చు, ఇంకొక వైపు 4 ఉంటాయి, ఇంకొక వైపు 5 ఉంటాయి, 6 ఉంటాయి. So 6 hypotheses. So if I say when I throw a dice 7 will come, this is inconsistent hypothesis. So I can say that dice విసిరినప్పుడు 9 వస్తుంది, 10 వస్తుంది, 11 వస్తుంది, ఇవన్నీ కూడా సెట్ ఆఫ్ హైపోథసిస్. అండ్ వర్షన్ స్పేస్ ఏంటంటే క్యాండిడేట్ హైపోథసిస్ విచ్ ఆర్ కన్సిస్టెంట్ విత్ ద డేటా. సో వర్షన్ స్పేస్ ఈజ్ ఓన్లీ 6. Version space is only consistent data. So I can say that dice విసిరినప్పుడు 2 నా 9 పడుతుంది, 10 పడుతుంది. I can tell many hypotheses. But the version space is which is consistent with the data. That is only 6. So the maximum a posteriori hypothesis of a particular hypothesis, for example, hypothesis 1, the dice will give 1. Hypothesis 2, the dice will give 2. The hypothesis 3, 3. Hypothesis 4, the dice will give 4. And hypothesis 5, the dice will give 5. Hypothesis 6, the dice will give 6. Hypothesis 7, it will give 7. So on. There may be many H, but version space is only 6 because according to the data. So what we are saying is the maximum a priori hypothesis is 1 by version space of H by D. This is the brute force map learning algorithm. So this is the man who is the reason of this whole chapter, or not only whole chapter, almost all the machine learning, maximum of machine learning is dependent on this man's theorem. Probability of A given B probability of A given B is equal to probability of B given A into probability of A by probability of B. So that was the Bayes theorem. We have seen posterior probability. What is the example of Bayes theorem? What is the proof of Bayes theorem? What is maximum a priori hypothesis? We have taken an example, and we have seen the concept learning yesterday. This is the brute force map learning algorithm. So if H is consistent with D, then it is version space of HD, otherwise it is 0. So what we are saying is, from the brute force map learning algorithm, every consistent hypothesis has posterior probability every consistent hypothesis has a posterior probability of 1 by magnitude of version space, and every inconsistent hypothesis has a posterior probability of 0. So, in other words, every consistent hypothesis is a map hypothesis. Every consistent hypothesis is a map hypothesis. So, consistent, what we can write here is consistent H with the data. ఇక్కడ తప్పు రాసినట్టున్నా నేను. Inconsistent hypothesis, not consistent. For the inconsistent H with the data. for the H, okay, better we write here for the hypothesis consistent with data. Let me write it, rephrase it for the better representation. Not consistent. And here for the inconsistent hypothesis, and this is for consistent hypothesis. Right. So what we say from the map brute force algorithm is that every consistent hypothesis, that H is equal to 1, H is equal to 2, all of them are map hypothesis, maximum a posteriori hypothesis. So the next topic is map hypothesis and consistent learners. Consistent learners. So what we proposed just now? We proposed just now that what we proposed is every consistent hypothesis is a map hypothesis. Every consistent hypothesis is a map hypothesis. That means a learner or a learning system which learns all consistent hypothesis, that means which will not make even a zero mistake with the training examples. What we mean by consistency? Well, what we mean by consistency? That means all the data will be approved by the hypothesis, or all the given hypothesis will approve the data. That means manam Aldo example chusinapudu, Aldo will enjoy the sport when the weather is sunny. Weather is sunny. So if the hypothesis says he will enjoy the sport when the weather is rainy, that hypothesis is wrong, because according to the data, he is enjoying the sport only when the, let us see that because without that example, this terms called hypothesis, this will be somewhat vague. అందులో మనం already it has been more than 1 month, so you might have even forgotten those things if I am not wrong. Now see, when the sky is sunny, he enjoys the sport. So if any hypothesis says that if the sky is rainy, he will enjoy the sport, and that hypothesis is not consistent with the given data. That hypothesis is not consistent with the data. So we have eliminated such hypothesis. We have eliminated such hypothesis. So the hypothesis which commits no mistakes or no errors is called consistent learner. Consistent learner. What is a consistent learner? A learning algorithm is a consistent learner, provides it outputs a hypothesis, it gives a hypothesis that commits zero errors over the training examples. Over the training examples. So that is called a consistent learner. So what is the purpose of FindS algorithm? Pillalu, what was the purpose of FindS algorithm? Are you there?
To find most
To find
most specific algorithm.
Yeah, maximally specific hypothesis. Maximally specific hypothesis. So FindS algorithm searches for from the hypothesis space H from specific to general hypothesis. It outputs a maximally specific consistent hypothesis. Here maximally specific means, in other words, now in the terms of Bayes theorem,
Screen share అవ్వట్లేదు సార్.
screen share కావట్లేదా? Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So FindS algorithm searches for, it outputs a maximally specific consistent hypothesis, and if you remember, it will consider only positive examples. It will ignore all the negative examples, isn't it? If you remember that FindS algorithm method, it will consider only positive examples. It will not consider negative examples. So maximally specific means, in other words, in Bayes terms, maximum probable hypothesis. So mana situation Bayes problem loki vachesariki maximally specific means maximum probable algorithm. Maximal probable algorithm. So though we didn't calculate akkada FindS algorithm appudu, we didn't calculate what is the probability of H, what is the probability of data given H, but what we have done in FindS is we found maximal specific, in other words, maximum probability hypothesis. If I say probability of H1, hypothesis 1, is more than the probability of hypothesis 2, what I mean by that? H1 is more specific than H2. So when the probability is more, specificity increases. More specific, most probable. So what we are doing is we are replacing FIND-S algorithm with Bayes algorithm now. So Bayesian framework allows one way to characterize the behavior of learning algorithm, that is FIND-S, even when the algorithm does not explicitly manipulate probabilities. So by identifying P of H and P D of D given H, we are finding the optimal hypothesis, that is map hypothesis. Now another algorithm that we discussed in the first chapter is, after FIND-S, what algorithm did we discuss? Candidate elimination algorithm. What is the output of candidate elimination algorithm? What was the output of candidate elimination algorithm?
Most
What is the
general
output of
hypothesis.
Amma?
Most general hypothesis.
కాదు నాన్న, FIND-S most specific అనగానే candidate elimination ఇది కాదు. The output of the candidate elimination algorithm is a version space. What is version space?
Set of all consistent.
Set of all consistent hypotheses. So FIND-S algorithm output was only one hypothesis, whereas the candidate elimination algorithm has given us totally 5 hypotheses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 set of 5 hypotheses. This set was called version space. Version space, and we have taken inductive bias. There is a bias in the hypothesis space. So coming to our Bayesian learning, here also we have outputted, or we have given the output as the version space. The version space. So Bayesian interpretation provides an alternative way to characterize the assumptions implicit in learning algorithm. What were the assumptions in learning algorithms of FIND-S and candidate elimination? Number 1, the data is noise free. Number 2, concept is contained in the hypothesis space. Those were the assumptions. So here also we are making the same assumptions. The prior probabilities are given by P of H, and the data, the strength of data in rejecting or accepting a hypothesis is given by probability of D given H. So the definitions of PH and PD given H, they represent, they characterize the assumptions that we made in candidate elimination algorithm and FIND-S algorithm. So what we are doing is, the probability of D given H takes of value only 0 and 1. కదా మనం ఇక్కడ చూసాం, ఎక్కడ చూసాం? This one. The probability of D given H is equal to 1 if your data is consistent with the hypothesis. Otherwise 0. It takes 2 values. It is called discriminant, either 1 or 0. So this is a special case of Bayesian reasoning, where we are considering the probability of D given H takes on values of only 1, 0 and 1. 0 for inconsistent, 1 for consistent. And our assumption is that it is noise free training. There are no errors in the training data. Noise free training data. Now, what is the time? Do I have time for next? No, I think 11:45 it's already. So, what is the class at 12 o'clock? STM, huh? పిల్లలు ఓ పిల్లలు
Da, sir.
da class. Okay. So we have derivation coming up with maximum likelihood. So we will consider it tomorrow. So here today what we learned? Today we learned about, first of all, consistent. We revised what we learned yesterday, that is brute force map algorithm. Then we defined consistent learners. What are the consistent learners? Tell me. What is consistent learner? Learning algorithm which produces or which outputs a hypothesis which makes zero errors with the given training data. With the given training data. That is consistent learner. Then we have seen that the assumptions or which we made, the assumptions which we made for finders and candidate elimination algorithm are same as in definitions of probability of H and probability of data given H in Bayes theorem. So, using the Bayes theorem, we are representing the same finders and candidate elimination algorithms. So, finders outputs maximally specific algorithm or hypothesis, maximally specific hypothesis. And our Bayes theorem, which it outputs what? Chapandi? What it outputs? Map hypothesis. What is map hypothesis? పిల్లలు
Maximum.
maximum what is AP? A posteriori hypothesis. If the probability of hypothesis 1 is greater than or equal to probability of hypothesis 2, then we can say that hypothesis 1 is more specific than the hypothesis 2. This is what we learned today. In tomorrow's class, we will derive an equation for maximum likelihood. And what is the relation or comparison or similarity between this maximum likelihood and least square approximation? Least square approximation. What is least square approximation? Where did we use it? We have used it in backpropagation algorithm or gradient descent algorithm. For example, this is your data. This is your graph X and Y. And this is your data points. Actually, these are your data points, and you have fitted the data something like this. ఈ డేటాను ఫిట్ చేయడానికి you have proposed a line, some y is equal to mx plus c. But it is not exactly fitting the line. For example, here this is the error, and here this is the error, here this is the error, here this is the error. So what we do to minimize the error and to get the best values for m and c, what we do, we'll calculate the error. What is the error here? Y calculated minus y actual, y predicted minus y actual. This is the error. So what we do, we will take the square root of this error, the square of this error, or you can take both sides, actual y minus predicted y whole square, and we will calculate the summation of all these errors, and we will see that it is minimum by deriving it with respect to x. By seeing the slope, we want it to be minimum. This is called minimum mean square error. This is least square approximation, minimum squared error. If you remember, in our gradient descent algorithm, we have done the same thing. We calculated the error whole square and we wanted it to be the minimum. So we will see what is the relation between this least square approximation and maximum likelihood in tomorrow's class. Okay.